Part 301. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3001. With a glance at the past, countless people stared wide-eyed, wanting to take a good look at it. The more I watched, the more excited I became, and the more I watched, the more I felt that was the case. There's a good show to watch. I don't know if the Dawn Academy will capsize in the gutter this time. Probably not. I've suffered a loss once, so is it possible that I can continue to suffer losses? Hee, who can explain this kind of thing clearly? What can you do if it is so beautiful? Tisk, tisk tisk, interesting, really interesting. This Black and White Academy is definitely a big dark horse. If Black and White Academy is willing to continue to bury this 4-star peak sanctuary level student, and continue to use the forbidden combat skill of Blood Demon Transformation, maybe we can still win. Hee, are you thinking of farting? Do you really think that Black and White Academy is so crazy? Excellent students are the foundation of an academy. If this ruins all outstanding students, students who still open a hammer, what do you know in your head? As long as you can get the resources of the sacred land, what talents can't be cultivated? Steady, steady all the way, don't wave. Woo, foo, damn, me, I feel a little excited. Hold on. The surrounding howls can be heard endlessly. Fang Fan sat on his seat with his legs crossed, his eyes rolling rapidly. The more you look at it, the more interesting it becomes, and the more you look at it, the more it looks like that. In a way, it seems extraordinary. Fang Fan boy, how do we play this one? Fang Fan boy, can I continue to open the PAR price order? I listened to the words of Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, and he seemed to be quite confident. I feel that this time, the Black and White Academy wants to treat this dark horse to the end. If that's the case, it would be so interesting. It's obvious what it will look like by then. Hold on in all directions. That's what we have to do. Earn another 20,000 high-grade star core. Bai Piao walked back and forth excitedly. Now this guy only has star core in his eyes. In this occasion and environment, this excitement is all the more real. In an instant, it became crazy and exciting. As for the rest, just follow the general silence. Remove the parity order. It's enough to change to a one-sided handicap. Dawn Academy wins, 1 loses 10. Black and White Academy wins, 1 pays 0, no compensation. Fang Fan stretched, then said indifferently. The so-called one-sided market means that the dealer only opens one market. Just like the one in front of you, only the market where the Leaking Academy wins is open. If you want to bet, you can only bet on this market. In other words, if Lixiao Academy really wins, Fang Fan will pay 10 times the compensation to all bettors. This must be a shocking number. Of course, if the Black and White Academy wins, then Fang Fan will take all of them if he sits in the manor. That can also be earned in blood. Single-sided disc. Boy Fang Fan, you are too bold, aren't you? This is crazy. Are you sure you're serious? Fang Fan boy, what are you thinking in your heart? Gudong, I'm so frightened. 10 for 1. I'll go. Isn't it good to pay 2 for 1? Why are you so beautiful? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3002. Bai Piao took a deep breath, and then yelled at the side. While talking, his body trembled unnaturally, his eyeballs bulged, and he didn't know what to say. At this moment, what can I say next? Mouth speechless. It seems that all words are blocked here, that's all. Do you think the odds of 1 to 2 can attract gamblers? Look at the other markets, Most of them are like this, they are not competitive at all. There is not much time now, if you really want to earn star cores, don't ink anymore. When they start fighting, the business opportunity will be missed. Fang Fan smiled indifferently, and while talking, the sparkle in his eyes couldn't help but increased. This time the thoughts are gathered here, and the facial expression changes are particularly sincere. Gudong. It's a blessing, not a curse. A disaster can't be avoided. Fang Fan, every time I hear you, it seems that you are right. I'll listen to you again. Fight it? I'll do it this time. Damn it. A man. What big deal can a jerk make? It's a big deal to spit out what I just earned. Snort. But no matter what, you can't lose your confidence. You can't lose your arrogance. That's how, so you can get ahead. This way we can also play the prestige of our gambling table. Bai Piao talked to himself for a long time. Obviously, this guy was convincing himself. Otherwise, there will always be no bottom in my heart. Now after thinking about it this way, the feeling is slowly getting in place. The gamble of Guangming Academy is open. One-sided disc. One-sided disc. Rare one-sided disc. Bet on the Dawn Academy to win. 10 for 1. 10 for 1. Brothers who are optimistic about Poxio Academy can come here and live. If you can't buy it, you will lose money, and you can't buy it to be fooled. Why go to other people's place to bet on rubbish odds of 1 to 21 to 1.5? It's a brother, rush over. Go up and do it. Take off. Take off in full swing. 1 pays 10, isn't it good? 10,000 becomes 100,000, 100 million becomes 1 billion. Unprecedented wool dish. Guangming Academy is the guarantor. Children and elders are not deceived. Bai Piao immediately started yelling, and the voice became louder and louder. While talking, his eyes also widened rapidly. A sense of hope suddenly gathered in my heart. At the moment of the outbreak, don't panic. Now don't think about how much star core you will lose, but think about how much bet you can make and how much star core you can earn. Just a 10 to -10 odds is enough to attract the attention of everyone present. 1 pays 10, or a one-sided bet. This is equivalent to a direct bet between the gambler and the banker. One dealer against all gamblers. Being able to open such a high-odds one-sided market means that the dealer is sure of winning. That is to say, in the eyes of the dealer, the Dawn Academy will undoubtedly lose. So arrogant. Even more arrogant. With such a gesture, who can I talk to? Who dares to be jabbering at this moment? People are awesome, what can be done about this? At this moment, I can only eat Coptus chinensis dumb, unable to speak. It's the gamble of Guangming Academy again. Crap. Labor and management were cheated by their cheap betting in the last game. Labor and management have said that they will never go to their family's gambling table. Damn. If labor and management go again, labor and management will be dogs. Their odds are 10 to 10, and they beat Poxio College to win. I'll go. It smells so good. Take me one, I'll go bankrupt. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3003. The gambling market of Guangming Academy has become popular again. If you lost in the last wave of gambling, you will naturally have a lot of grievances, but at this time, all these grievances have been emptied. Instead, there is only surprise and excitement. All these thoughts and feelings gathered here, and then frantically took out his own wealth. Odds of 1 to 10. What you buy is what you earn. At this moment, the surrounding area of Baipiao has become the most congested road section. Everyone threw the star cores in their hands at Baipiao. This glance glanced at the past, it was too real. On the whole, it is indeed like this. On the second floor, a crowd of bigwigs gathered. At this moment, I can clearly see the scene at Baipiao's side. He. Is that the gamble of Guangming Academy? If I'm not mistaken, that young man seems to be Taishu's disciple. Brother Tai's disciple is really brave. He dares to open at odds of 10 to 1. He. Could it be that Uncle Tai has some first-hand information and thinks that the students of Poxio College will definitely not be able to win? Otherwise, at the odds of losing 10, I'm afraid Guangming Academy will bleed. I'm afraid there are tens of thousands of high-grade star cores betting every minute. If the Dawn Academy wins, it will have to compensate hundreds of thousands of high-grade star cores. Guangming Academy is really so rich and powerful. Su Qin, deputy head of the Yuanqi Academy, rolled his eyes, and then sneered from the sidelines, with more and more sarcasm on his face. Needless to say, the rest for the time being, this kind of feeling gathers here, and the whole body trembles. The thoughts in my heart could not help but increase, and the whole person also became smug. From the perspective of Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanqi Academy, he just wants to punish a wave of uncles. Just to make Taishuji unable to step down. Only in this way can he be happy in his heart. Thinking of this, the breath couldn't help but become smoother, and the whole person gradually became swaying. I don't dare to be rich and powerful. These apprentices of mine are all courageous. It's always possible to do something that no one else dares to do. If us cultivators have been grinding like girls, what kind of development and future can we have? Isn't this a big joke? This joke will only make people feel inexplicable. Since my incompetent apprentice has opened the gambling table, it is natural to have all-round preparations. Vice Palace Master Su Qin said so. Could it be that he wants to get a hand in it? Odds of 10 to 1, how delicious. Grand Uncle G didn't show any signs of timidity at the moment. While talking at the moment, he immediately raised his head and chest up, the arrogance on his face was beyond words. While talking, I couldn't help but hold my head high. Originally, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanqi Academy, wanted to use this incident to provoke Taishuja. As long as Taishuja was angry, the strategy would be considered a success. It's just that Taishuja has an indifferent attitude from beginning to end, and doesn't take it seriously at all. Even turned him into an army. The corners of Su Qin's mouth twitched. He was naturally extremely upset, but on the surface he still wanted to show an attitude of indifference. At least on the bright side, I have to follow suit. Otherwise, who can survive the slap in the face? This is too difficult. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3004. I really have this idea, but I feel that the uncle and brother may not be able to bear it. If it's just a small fight between 300 and 500 high-grade star cores, I don't want to do it. After all, that doesn't make any sense at all. If you want to gamble, you have to make it bigger, right? Anyway, this posture should be shown. Why? But if I want to vote for 30,000 to 50,000 high-grade star cores, if I really win, the disciples of the great uncle will pay me hundreds of thousands of high-grade star cores. Brother Tai, do you think they can have so many star cores? Wouldn't it be very embarrassing then? Uncle Tai, what do you think? What's the relationship between me and Uncle Tai? How can I feel embarrassed watching Uncle Tai? Anyway, it's not in my nature. Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanqi Academy, smiled and said, while talking at the moment, his eyes could not help turning to the surroundings, and his eyes became extremely strange. In fact, this is intimidating Taishuja. The underlying meaning is also obvious, if you bow your head and admit defeat to me, I will not vote for the Star Corps, and I will not give you so much pressure. Otherwise, I will bet tens of thousands of high-grade Star Corps at every turn, and I will put a lot of pressure on you. That's probably what happened. Grand Uncle G has never been the kind who is willing to be coerced. Of course, at this moment he also had to look at the overall situation. In this competition, from the perspective of Taishuja, the winning rate of the Paxio Academy and the Black and White Academy is 50%. Although the cultivation base of the students of the Dawn Academy is a bit higher, but the Black and White Academy has a forbidden technique such as Blood Demon Transformation as a trump card, which has to be shocking. So now it is still unclear who will win. Taishuja's eyes scan the distance, especially after seeing Fang Fan, who was as stable as Mount Tai, and Bai Biao, who was excitedly opening the gambling table below. The corners of Taishuja's mouth could not help but silently raised. He may not believe in other people, but these two precious apprentices, can they not believe it? 10 times the odds, and it's still a one-sided bet. If they don't have absolute certainty, will they do it like this? Although Bai Biao seems a little unreliable on weekdays, once he encounters something related to the Star Corps, he becomes shrewd in an instant. And that bastard Fang Fan. No one can match this kid's cleverness. Since he is so stable, it shows that he has seen something, so he can be so indifferent. If I don't even trust my apprentice, what kind of master should I be? Humph. If that's the case, then there's no need to worry. Everything has stabilized. Taishuji groaned, thinking to himself. The gleam in his eyes grew more and more. At this moment, looking directly at Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, is also full of confidence. Oh! How many Star Corps does Deputy Palace Master Su Qin want to use to support my Guangming Academy's gamble? If you have the guts to gamble, then take it all out. Of course, as Su Qin's Deputy Palace Master, it's not really possible to just take out tens of thousands of high-grade Star Corps for fun, right? This is so boring. How can you say that he is also the vice master of a school? Why isn't Deputy Palace Master Su Qin talking anymore? Keep talking, keep talking. How many Star Corps are you going to take out? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3005. Grand Uncle G directly began to force the palace. The matter has come to this point, it is useless to say more. The overall situation has basically stabilized. As for the others, can you still talk about a hammer? This is nothing. Star Corps. Het. Brother Tai is still as fast talking as before. The corner of Su Qin's mouth twitched subconsciously, the change of facial expression was very real. At this time, there is actually a sense of self-slap in the face. What I said before was majestic, but now it's alright, speechless. Originally, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, wanted to force a wave of Taishuja to show his embarrassment. Now it seems that he has lifted a rock and shot himself in the foot. At this moment, I can only choose to force a smile. Even if he is a demigod powerhouse, tens of thousands of top-grade Star Corps still hold a lot of status in his eyes. This is a high-grade Star Corps. Taking it out to gamble or something is too risky. It would be fine if he won, and his assets would be multiplied by 10 times, but if he lost, wouldn't he just be left alone? Thinking of this, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, couldn't help but have more other thoughts and ideas. If it can't be stabilized, it will be completely cold. Lianglianjiao Guang is fully practicing to the end. But at this moment, it's time to catch the ducks on the shelves. So many people are staring at him, and the big talk just now has been spoken out. If she is cowardly now, won't she be underestimated by others? Could it be that he is really afraid of Taishuja? He. Small gambling, I also want to prevent any pressure from Guangming Academy, so I will take out a 5000 high-grade Star Core and press it. Su Qin, deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, rolled his eyes, and then said solemnly. There is nothing wrong with what you said, it sounds like that. It's just that these things are difficult for Tai Shuja. 5000. If it's only 5000, I advise Deputy Palace Master Su Qin not to take it out. It's too little, and it can't make any waves. We have received it from Guangming Academy. As for the Star Core, Vice Palace Master Su Qin should keep it himself. With this Star Core, no matter whether you win or lose, it's too boring. Why? That's not enough to get between the teeth. Deputy Palace Master Su Qin, why, how, hey. Do you have any difficulties over there? If daily life is more difficult, I can support Deputy Palace Master Su Qin with a little Star Core. I don't have more, but tens of thousands of high-grade Star Cores, is that a thing? Vice Palace Master Su Qin, you only need to open your mouth, and the Star Core will be delivered at any time. Tai Shuja was deeply moved, and then began to sigh in a pretentious manner. What a loss! At this moment, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, is putting it on the grill to bake. Shame, so shameful. This face is completely lost. The rest of those things don't need to be said at all. Although Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, still had a smile on his face at the moment, he was already very stiff. At this moment, his lips were trembling, and his body was also trembling crazily. It must be a lie to say that there is no feeling at all, the roaring feeling in my heart is vividly displayed at this moment. Too much deception. Too much deception. Uncle G. Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, clenched his fists, and couldn't help but began to curse in his heart. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3006. It must be false to say that there is no thought in the heart. For Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy at this moment, it was a slap in the face. This face is almost swollen. At this moment, I feel a little bit in my heart, and the posture of gnashing my teeth is vividly displayed. Naturally, I feel extremely angry in my heart. But at this moment, he can only follow his emotions and anger. In every aspect, you must follow suit. But if you are cowardly at this time, you will be really slapped in the face. Hee hee. Hee hee. Really are. How did you say that? This deputy palace master doesn't need to go to the point where Grand Uncle helps out. Since Grand Uncle wants to play a big game, then the deputy palace master can only accompany him. If that's the case, then come. 100,000 top-grade Star Cores. The head of the deputy mansion bet on the Poxiao Academy to win. If the Lixiao Academy really wins, according to the odds of 10 to 10, it will pay me 1,000,000 high-grade Star Cores. Look carefully, is that the truth? The sound of cold drinking followed, and the excited light in everyone's eyes flickered across the board. At this moment, each of them gritted their teeth, and their bodies trembled violently. Needless to say the rest, this feeling became real virtually. After all, that's exactly what happened. After Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, spoke out, it immediately caused an uproar. The sound of gasping around couldn't help but gathered all over the place. At this moment, the eyes widened, and everyone was stupefied. Good guy, what a good guy. 100,000 top-grade Star Cores. Such a gamble, it is not much. It can even be said that it is extremely rare. Feeling it a little bit at this moment, the mentality also completely collapsed. Thoughts gathered here, and his lips trembled. It's cold, it's completely cold. You are worthy of being the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy. This is courageous. Hey. If we lose, 100,000 high-grade star cores will be for naught. Hee hee. It's a big gamble. If you win, you will receive millions of top-grade star cores. What kind of wealth is this? Oh my god. Brothers. Gather up and vote with this Deputy Palace Master Su Qin. This is the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy. He chose this way, we have no risk. Going up is just pounding. There is no need to panic, go. Brothers. Hold on. Be sure to hold on. Full thrust. Wave after wave of roars followed, and everyone's eyes became brighter. At this moment, they looked at each other, and their mentality completely exploded. Of course, this is actually good news for the gambling table of Guangming Academy presided over by Bai Piao. After all, more people flock here, and the benefits they can bring will naturally be more. It's hard to hide the excitement. Bai Piao can be regarded as receiving the star core and receiving soft hands now. As for whether there will be any accidents in the future, it is still unknown. Crazy, all crazy. Not counting the bet of 100,000 high-grade star cores from Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, there are more than 100,000 high-grade star cores here. This is still due to lack of preparation and rush of time. If you prepare well, the bet amount may have to be doubled. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3007. Bai Piao murmured to himself, thinking to himself, his eyeballs trembled crazily. At this moment he subconsciously licked his lips, and his eyes couldn't help turning to other directions. The feeling in my heart at this moment is very anxious. Can't hold on, it's really hard to hold on. It must be fully grasped. If you can't hold it in, you'll be really cold. If you win the bet, hundreds of thousands of high-grade star cores will be delicious. If you lose the bet, selling Fang Fan and me together is not enough compensation. The bet of more than 100,000 high-grade star cores in our hands will cost more than 1 million yuan. In addition to the 100,000 high-grade star cores of Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, if he loses, he will have to pay another 1 million. This number is a bit crazy. Bai Piao's eyeballs rolled around, and at this moment, the numbers in his mind were calculated comprehensively, and his whole body was completely stunned. The feeling of helplessness swept over, and the cold sweat dripped down from his forehead. Such a feeling, completely condensed. The more I think about it, the more afraid I become, the more I think about it, the colder I become. Game start. On the ring, the referee announced the official start of the game. Correspondingly, the betting will naturally end. Bai Piao exhaled a foul breath, then shook his legs, his speed increased to the extreme, and he flew towards the auditorium. At this moment, he looked at Fang Fan nervously, unable to take his eyes off, and his mood fluctuated greatly. Boy Fang Fan. I still feel, it doesn't feel right, it still feels too dangerous. If this is a crushing defeat, the consequences will be too serious. If it's really cold, we will have to compensate more than 2 million high-grade star cores. If we can't get it out by then, we will really be skinned and cramp. Fang Fan boy, think about the way out. How to escape then? Why don't I slip away first? You stand in front. By the way, the 100,000 top-grade star core bet by Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, was brought by our master. Let's drag him into the water too. Now we are all riding a tiger. This. In all aspects, this is the only way to do it. Fang Fan boy, you should say something. Damn it, you don't say anything, I have no idea in my heart. I am afraid. It's scary. Bai Biaoxu babbled, there was a lot of nonsense. It made Fang Fan's whole head almost explode. The nonsense is really straight to the point. Can't you change your tone a little bit? They come, the security. Brother Bai Biao, you have brother Fang Fan in everything, what are you afraid of? Brother Fang Fan must have thought about all the options. Besides, do you think brother Fang Fan is that kind of reckless person? If you haven't thought through the whole situation clearly, what's the point? Hold on, don't worry too much. It's good to collapse mentally. Boom, boom, all kinds of words gathered here, and the smiles on their faces couldn't help but increase at this moment. There is no need to say much about the rest, what I said this time is very true. Zhou Qiuyao patted Bai Biao's shoulder, and then advised him from the side. Bai Biao's eyes widened, and his hair exploded in an instant. I see AO. Can this hold up? Thoughts vacated, mentality exploded. Everything is cool. Don't look at Bai Biao as a guy, but his mentality must be unstable. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3008. That's the end of the matter, what's the use of talking nonsense? Let's watch the game with peace of mind. How things will develop in the future, just wait and see. Fang Fan shrugged, then said indifferently. If you don't even have this confidence, then you are really blind. On the whole, that's actually the case. Frankly, but clearly. That is it. Relax, watch the game. The key is, can I feel at ease? Fang Fan boy, why are you so calm? Hey. I'm so nervous right now. Fang Fan boy, you don't think that the situation will be unstable later, so push me out. I tell you, we are one, you can't leave me. Boy Fang Fan, don't do such shameless actions. Boy Fang Fan, I'm panicking, I'm really panicking. Boy Fang Fan. Boo 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 words gathered here, Bai Biao immediately wanted to hug Fang Fan's thigh directly. Look at those present, who is as flustered as you? With your mentality, why are you still playing games? What kind of dealers are you? Can't it be stable? That's all you can do. All will be good. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes secretly, thinking to himself, then nodded silently, his facial expression changing unpredictably. The more I look at it, the more I feel it. Fang Fanai, are you absolutely sure that Black and White Academy will win? Fang Fanai's apprentice, from what angle did you analyze it? Fang Fan's beloved apprentice, hurry up and listen. Fang Fan's lover. Uncle Ji jumped down from the upstairs, and then rushed directly to where Fang Fan was, and then asked nervously. This appearance has the same effect as Bai Biao. Fang Fan sat firmly on Mount Tai, watching Tai Shuji and Bai Biao standing beside him at the same time. The excited and nervous look was too real. Fang Fan didn't know what to say at the moment. When did his cheap master Uncle Ji also be infected by Bai Biao's impatience? At this moment, being reminded by Tai Shuji, everyone around looked at Fang Fan curiously. They also really want to know where Fang Fan's self-confidence comes from and dares to directly arrange a one-sided bet, and the odds are still 10 to 10. Why do you think that the students of Black and White Academy will definitely win? After all, this is a gamble involving hundreds of thousands or even millions of high-grade star cores, and it is not a joke. This amount of wealth, even if it is a demigod powerhouse, I'm afraid it can't really express relief. Whether those poor demigods can come up with 100,000 top-grade star cores is still another matter. That's right, boy Fang Fan, tell me quickly. I didn't have a chance to ask clearly at that time, so please explain clearly now. Oh my god. I'm just too nervous and excited right now. This matter, no matter how you say it, you have to tell the reason. Otherwise my little heart will be beating violently. I'm going, on the stage now, the 5-star early stage sanctuary student from the Dawn Academy has the upper hand. This is, the rhythm of getting cold. Fang fanboy, don't be a fool. Bai Piao continued to yell nervously, his facial expression changed unpredictably, and his whole person became flustered. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3009. Forward. Fang Fan opened his mouth, and then sighed with emotion. In fact, how should I put it, he really didn't sell anything. It can only be said that the factual situation is like this, so what can he do? Since the Black and White Academy chose to let the first student perform the Blood Demon transformation, it is naturally impossible to give up halfway. It can be seen from the attitude of Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White College, towards the demigod dean of the Dawn College. This is a completely unrelenting gesture. So, if there is no accident, the students of Black and White Academy this time will still use the Blood Demon transformation at the critical moment, so as to achieve a situation where both losers. Fang Fan shrugged, and then spoke out his guesses, which were actually relatively true words. That's all. Bai Piao was stunned for a moment, feeling a little unbelievable. Isn't this a bit too different from what was expected? Not as expected. It's changed, it's all changed. Next, let's talk about a hammer. Tai Shuja stood aside and frowned, but his expression was quite solemn. How do you guarantee that the student from the Black and White Academy is willing to continue performing the Blood Demon transformation? Besides, for a second-rate college like Black and White College, a student of the 4-star Peak Sanctuary realm is already the top class of their students, and he is also the absolute favorite of heaven. In this case, are they so crazy? Is this real? Tai Shiji squirmed his lips, and while he was talking, the black lines on his forehead couldn't help but increased. Thoughts gather here, and I feel more and more that there are many tricks in it. Master, didn't you realize that the students from the Black and White Academy who came out of the first and second rounds were basically abandoned? Their eyes are dull and distracted. Although their cultivation base has improved, their combat power is far lower than that of practitioners of the same level. They should have taken a secret medicine to forcibly improve their cultivation. However, this secret medicine has severely damaged their foundation. If they want to continue to improve their cultivation in the future, I am afraid it will be extremely difficult. To put it bluntly, in fact, even if they don't use the forbidden technique Blood Demon transformation, they are already useless. If it's a real Tianxiao, Black and White Academy may still feel distressed, or have some scruples, but now it's just a fake Tianxiao piled up by secret medicine, and Black and White Academy naturally doesn't care. Fang Fan glanced at the distance, and then said very calmly. From a comprehensive perspective, this is the most realistic picture at the moment. Real, and clear. So that's how it is, that's how it is. It's really like this. Before, I was wrong before. Fang Fan, my apprentice, your observation skills are much better than being a teacher. I've been staring at it before, but I haven't seen anything. It looks like this Black and White Academy is well prepared. If Black and White Academy defeats Daybreak Academy, then it will be qualified to compete with our 3 universities. At that time, we will all be opponents. Sacred land resources are really something that people miss, no matter what the cost, we must do this. That's all, that's all. Tai Shiji groaned, his eyes flickering brightly. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3010. When the feeling is in place, it is good to stabilize the mentality. After Taishaji figured out these joints, he rushed to the attic with a relaxed face. No worries now. So, Black and White Academy will win? At that time, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, will lose 100,000 top-grade star cores. As soon as he thought of this, Taishaji's body trembled unnaturally, and the sound of breathing became extremely rapid. The whole person became flustered. A wave took off directly. On the ring. The battle continues. The 5-star Sanctuary Realm students at the beginning of the Dawn Academy have an absolute upper hand, and they are about to directly suppress the students of the Black and White Academy. Blood Demon Transformation. The student of the 4-star Peak Sanctuary of the Black and White Academy gave a cold shout, and the combat power gathered around him, mixed with crazy killing intent. Then the scene from the previous scene was repeated. The limbs of the 4-star Peak Sanctuary student of the Black and White Academy were directly broken, and then turned into a ball of blood. The blood energy was gathering, and he was about to rush directly towards the 5-star early stage Sanctuary student of the Daybreak Academy. Ah! Don't want. I admit defeat. I won't fight anymore. The pupils of the first 5-star Sanctuary realm of the Poxio Academy instantly widened their eyes. Their panic was palpable, and then they ran away in a panic. If you don't escape now, when will you wait? If you don't run away, it's really too late. The cool moonlight is gathering in all directions. The mentality is so broken. Under the gazes of the audience, the 5-star Sanctuary Realm student of the Daybreak Academy fell directly into the ring and saved his life. The audience was in an uproar. Goodbye, Blood Demon. The Black and White Academy has spared no expense to win. Crazy. All crazy. I have never seen such a crazy person. Huh, I don't know what to say now. I can only say that I am too crazy. Terrifying, extremely terrifying. Who knows what to do next? This Black and White Academy has great ambitions. Could it be that they want to win the championship this time? Can the 3 universities agree? I can't believe that there are so many talented students in the Black and White Academy who want to die. The roar continued, and at this moment, he shrank his neck subconsciously, expressing the infinite sense of panic in his heart. The one that is more embarrassing now should be the Daybreak Academy. As a veteran first-class academy, it lost 2 games in a row. This time, the students of Daybreak Academy even fled in panic. Although there is a reason for the incident, I have to say that there is indeed something unreasonable on the face. Inexplicably, there will be a sense of slap in the face. This feeling is too real. Feel it a little bit, and the whole person is confused, and for the rest, you can still say a hammer. Old Dog Chen. Old Dog Chen. Lu Kunlun, the demigod dean of Daybreak Academy, couldn't help but began to curse, but seemed powerless. Although it is shameless for people to use forbidden techniques, the rules of the game have never restricted it. Now being drunk with a stick, what can I do? Win. It's a big gamble. Hundreds of thousands of high-grade star cores have been credited. That's not right. Adding, plus the 100,000 high-grade star cores of Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, is more than 200,000. By Piao, have never seen so many high-grade star cores developed. Fang Fan, you are such a genius. You kid is a born gambler.